Today's broadcast is being brought to you by WokeSkipTracing.com. Look up phone numbers and email addresses with ease, with pricing as low as only 15 cents per match. Not per search, per match. If there's no number or email address, you don't pay. Get accurate data in just minutes. WokeSkipTracing.com. That's WokeSkipTracing.com. All right, we are all the way live. Another one of these great Hootie's House Buying Club real estate virtual meetups with Rich Groves and friends are coming in. We are streaming live right now on Facebook, streaming live on YouTube, streaming live on Twitch, the gamer site, and where else we at? Periscope. I forgot about Periscope. What up, Rich Groves? How you doing?
Not bad, Chris Monroe. How are you, sir?
Another great day. You know how that goes.
Hey, it is, buddy.
So we're getting back to the in-person meetups. I see we got the virtual today, but the in-person is coming soon again, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the in-person coming up on October 7th. It's kind of, it's going to be a special one. We normally have our Hootie's House Buyers Club meeting that first Tuesday of the month, which we will have. It's virtual. It's the top one there listed on my screen here. But then, we're going to have an in-person special one on an evening. We usually don't do an evening one, so we'll do that evening one October 7th, the next day in St. Louis, unfortunately. Hopefully we get some folks flying in from all over the place for that one.
I know that's right. St. Louis bound.
We got a Damon Brown on, I think.
Oh, yeah, we should have some people. And if anybody's watching this stream and you want to get into this live Zoom call, you have questions, deals, anything dealing with real estate, anywhere in America, don't have to be in St. Louis, actually shoot me a message or Rich a message and we'll send you the link if you're not already on the list. You should be on the list already, because if you want to be notified of these upcoming streams, all you have to do is go to stlviplist.com, put your name and email address in there, stlviplist.com. That'll get you on the notification list.
Right. That's right.
Let's see, we got some people watching over here. Nina's watching on Facebook. Say, hey, Mr. I Stay Woke.
Nice.
And REI friends. It's going down. That's right. So that one that's coming up on October 7th, that's the face-to-face out in Maryland Heights, right?
Yeah. The Hooters, Maryland Heights. They're gonna section off their indoor patio just for us. So we'll have that spot to be able to mingle around. They can't technically seat more than like 6 or 7 at a table, but we'll have that whole. I went out there and looked at it personally. They've got about 7 or 8 tables there. So I think they can only seat every other one. So we got capacity, probably about 25 or 30 people we could get in there and still be socially distanced enough, for everybody to feel safe and comfortable. We want everybody to bring their mask just in case, so they can wear it if they need to or whatever. But the lady said you just have to wear your mask inside till you get to the little patio place and you can take it off. But again, whatever people feel comfortable doing, and don't want anybody to make anybody feel uncomfortable. So I would ask everybody to come with a mask and kind of just get a feel, for what's going on there.
Bring your mask and don't be playing around.
That's right. Not mess around. We had that one, a few earlier in the month at that Red Robin in Fairview Heights, and it was a pretty decent little turnout for a last minute kind of thing. We'll give it a little more notice on this one, so hopefully we get a little bigger turnout. But even then, you the one you had the other day, awesome turnout, man. Fantastic.
Yeah, we had about 20 to 25 people, I think. It was standing room only almost. I said, dang.
It was, man. It was great. Thank goodness, you knew somebody who had some extra furniture.
Yeah.
Extra chairs.
Shouts out to St. Louis Consignment Gallery, the #1 place for all of the furniture and home needs, right next door. It was so good.
That's right. They're very, very courteous.
Angela Long says, "What's up, Chris Monroe and Rich Groves?" She's over on Facebook.
What's going on? How's it going?
Angie, you jumping into this stream or what?
Is that the same Angie from your meeting? Okay. All right.
Yep. But she already knew you. She said, "Oh, I know you. You're Rich Groves."
I know. I'm like, wait a minute. What? How? Come on now. I don't know all that many people.
You're famous out here now, Rich. You're doing some big things.
Because I'm riding your coattails, Chris. I'm riding your coattails, buddy.
So when it comes to over in Illinois, was it real strict when you had your event there live, or was it kind of like so many people per table and stuff.
I mean, Illinois is a little more strict. I mean, in general, at that point, they had absolutely no indoor dining. The St. Clair County and Madison County, I believe, I know Monroe County all had the restrictions, no indoor dining for restaurants or bars or anything like that. So it was all outdoor dining. And even then they have some tents set up out on their parking lot with tables. But the biggest, and they only had like four, what do they call 4 top tables? Tables that could seat 4 people. So they had to push a couple together, and they could only seat 6 at a table, even outside. So we had 2 tables of 6 and another table that wasn't completely full. So we had about 16 people show up again, like on a last minute event for just word of mouth.
Not bad.
Yeah. And people are still, you don't know. I mean, some people maybe are like, yeah, let's get out there and meet in person. Some people might be like, I don't want to get anybody's cooties.
Not bad.
Yeah. And people are still, you don't know. I mean, some people maybe are like, yeah, let's get out there and meet in person. Some people might be like, I don't want to get something we can overcome. And yeah, I think sooner rather than later.
Right. So in person, that's the thing that most people are like, I don't know about that.
Right. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't think I'll have a chance to do kind of like you did the other day where you streamed yours. That was really cool, by the way. That was really awesome. But I don't think I'll have a chance to do that. But
that's getting good with the technology.
I'm telling you, man, or knowing what technology you need to do it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
KK is coming in. KK came in for a little bit, I think last time, if it's the same KK. I don't know if it is or not. I think there's KK there.
There's nobody else in there. Put on y'all camera. I can't see you. Who is that? Yeah. I see it's 4 people, 5 people, something.
Yeah, Demond is here. He's muted. He's also not showing his video. KK is in, muted, not showing video. Love to see your smiling faces, all. Love to see it if you're on here.
Unless you want to meet me in person.
That's right.
We're trying to do it virtual so you can be through the computer. How you gonna hide through the computer too?
That's right. Exactly. But come on out. Show your face. It doesn't matter what the background is.
Right. Put up a background like yours, a green screen.
Exactly. Yeah, a little green screen background.
So you working on any good deals or anything now, Rich?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've been chasing down this one from somebody who passed away. The wife had passed away a couple years ago. The husband passed away just recently. Got a return postcard on that one. And then, what I do I think I've said this plenty of times, and a lot of people say it, is I go out to the local obituary sites and search to see if it tells you the names of their closest, or if not, if I can't find it there, then I'll, KK says he's got an old laptop, camera doesn't work. KK, can you give us your name? Can you type in your name in your chat?
You can unmute.
Right, and you can unmute. If your camera doesn't work, that's all right. You can still unmute. But yeah, so what I do was, sorry, let me close this down. Okay. So I'll go out to the obituary site first, and if it doesn't tell me, there's survived as his daughter Susie from Imperial or something like that, then I know I can look up for Susie Smith in Imperial and send her a letter, or try to skip trace her and find her number and call her or text her. So I was doing that, and this one was crazy because they had like 4 daughters, and all of them lived out of state in different states.
That might be good though.
It's great. It's great. I was just hoping I was getting the right numbers on the skip trace,
Mm-hmm. So it was out of town siblings or children, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was, I love those that have that little wrinkle, little twist where not even one person was local, which puts it even more. If you think about it, it's even more pain because who's going to come and take care of the affairs? Who's going to come, if they are going to show it, who's going to meet with a realtor? Or if they're going to sell it, if they're going to try to put it on the MLS, who's going to meet with a realtor? Who's going to, all that stuff. So, so I just text blasted all 4 of them with all 5 numbers I found for each one of them. And finally I got one person replied and said, I'm not her. She's, my oldest sister is the executor of the estate. I'll have her give you a call.
Oh, so you got the name of the real person?
Yeah, which I had all 4 of them. It was like Jane, Susie, Savannah, whatever, and got one of them to say, yeah, I'll have her give you a call. And it was one of the ones that I had texted even had the right number. So, that goes to say sometimes, people say, well, if there's 6 people in an estate, or if there's, four brothers or sisters are going to fight over it or whatever, it's okay, because sometimes you get that one whose situation's a little different than the other 3 or 4, right? So, especially, I mean, if you deal with, I've seen this happen on a few properties that maybe, if you tried buying them with your own pocketbook, depending on where you're at, you might think, oh, I'm not gonna try to buy that house. It's a $250,000 house. It's $400,000 house. I'm not gonna try to market that one. So who cares? Right? That's what we say about real estate anyway. When you're an investor, don't worry about your pocketbook. Not just make the numbers work. But what I'm trying to get at is, you may think that somebody that holds a valuable asset or a more valuable asset would be less likely to deal with an investor, and that's not necessarily the case. Especially when you got 4 or 5 brothers and sisters, okay, well, we're all, maybe 4 of them are in a good situation. They're doing okay. But you got that one that's living paycheck to paycheck.
They want that money now.
Right. So they want to sell that now. It's like, can we sell this yesterday? And I want to take a lot less. And that's all it takes is one person to get get your foot in your door for you and help you get in contact with the person that you need to talk to so they can get the deal done. And I think that's what happened there. So we talked a little bit, and I've left her, and we kind of played some phone tag, getting back and forth. But
at least you got the executor. So you got the lady who really is the one that's going to be selling. So she said they do want to sell, but they just got to work out the details.
Yep. We just got to work out the details and everything, and they do want to sell. So hopefully it's something that comes through okay.
There you go. That's what it all takes. So do you ever open it up with them saying, yeah, I know your uncle just died. I want to buy a house? Or what do you be saying to them?
Yeah, I mean, usually what happens is I'll get, I mean, when we find out that we're dealing with a deceased person, I do, if I'm mailing somebody, I make sure they get a special mailer I have that does offer my condolences for the recent passing of their loved one. I do have a separate one that when I know for a fact that the person I'm talking with is a descendant of a deceased person, I offer my condolences, which is true. I mean, I've been there. I lost my dad quite a few years ago, and so I've been there. So I can actually say that from a personal place, right? Like, hey, I get it. It's hard. But when you're calling, making those calls, it's like, it's like, look, I understand this may be awkward. This may be. I usually don't deal. I mean, I know this is hard to say, right? What's enough time? What's enough time? Some people go right after obituary listings or whatever you call them, 10 days after the funeral services or whatever, right? Some people are almost as bad as ambulance chasers. It's like, well, the funeral was yesterday. I think I should send them a mailer today.
I'm gonna go to your funeral. Hey, right, I'm gonna give you a hug.
I'm just putting my business card, put in the little donation box. I'm gonna slip a $1 donation in that envelope with my business card and a little letter.
There you go. I'm just going to send them the contract here. No. You wrong. People laughing at that.
I drove by the house on the way here. This is what I want to give you.
Say I was a good friend of his, and nobody can validate that or not. Yeah, I was a good friend. He never told you about me. I don't know anybody in the family, but old Joe, he was a good guy. Can you sign right here?
I think that's going to be the movie sequel to Wedding Crashers. Is going to be Funeral Crashers, and it's going to be about real estate investors that crash funerals to get leads.
That's right. That's seriously some ambulance chasers. Just like they're saying, all these people supposedly are dying from coronavirus. You can buy those houses, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Absolutely. Just got to make sure you get it really sanitized before you go inside. No,
you gonna buy that house sight unseen or what?
Right. No, I mean, I've been telling you, I need to do better at virtual. I do. I'm going to see. I'm going to try. We'll see. And it's all about just getting the right information and good information, right? And asking the right questions. So, and I know how to do that. It's just confidence. It's confidence. And I don't need to see it yet.
Until they lie. I mean, if they lie, they lie. That's the biggest thing.
And that's like you said the other day. That's why whenever you do, either you or your boots on the ground, if you're going to a different city or whatever, once they go there and take pictures and you realize, oh yeah, there is a busted, sewer main, or there is, the stack is completely corroded or whatever, then now you can go back and renegotiate. I've always had a thing, and my stigma was, look, once I talk about a price, I want to stick with that price, right? So if I give them an offer, I want to stick it. I don't want to go back and renegotiate. And I know that's true in a normal situation. And it's just, it's rewiring my brain to realize that, hey, you know what? It's not being dirty. It's not being, slimy if you renegotiate because something that you didn't know about because they didn't disclose was discovered, right? So that's the part I've got to realize that it's not being that way. If I got to renegotiate because they didn't disclose XYZ, then that's how it is.
And that's exactly what just happened on the last one of the last wholesale deals I did, because I had it under contract already. And before I even met them, and then when I went to see the house, they're like, "Hey, you got some extra stuff y'all didn't tell me about, so we're gonna get that price down."
Right.
It went down about $4,000, but it was good. It made the deal work out. So
really?
Because I had it originally, just from the calculations and asking questions over the phone, the same setup we do for every creative or wholesale deal virtually. The people were, they told me what they would want for it. They said they wanted like 70,000 or something. I was like, nah, we need to be probably around 51,000, something like that, right? So they agreed to it. I sent them the contract. They signed the contract. When I went to the house, I took the buyer with me.
Okay.
I took the buyer with me, but then when we got there, we went in the basement like, oh, what's all this stuff, this crack in the wall in the basement? Oh, dang, y'all didn't tell me about that. She said, oh, I ain't tell you about none of that. So, yeah. So we're going to have to see what that's going to cost. We got to do a little research. So about 5-6 days went by, and they were like, oh, so what are y'all going to do? They were getting worried. I was like, yeah, we can do it. Like we can get it all to work out. My end buyer said they can do 57 on it. So I went back and renegotiated to them to 47 and make 10 grand on a house that I, only went to once.
Dang, that's where it's at, man.
Wish we can do that every day though. Why can't we do that on every deal?
We should be able to.
Because I really could have probably went lower, but they were really nice people. They wasn't difficult. They wasn't all like, oh, who is this looking at it? Or they weren't acting funny. When people act right, I really want to help them out. But when they all like being janky and extra, it's like, I don't know about these people. They causing problems.
Yep.
But so I just went on, I didn't knock their head off too much. Just knocked it down to 47,000. The end buyer bought it at 57, and we made 10 grand on a wholesale deal. Might do a case study on that coming up here in a couple of weeks or something next month.
That'd be cool.
Because I see you got your October 7th of face-to-face. That's only 10 days before my birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah, October 17th. October 17th, Lucky Libras. Birthday. Who is it?
Yeah, it was. It is, but yeah,
whose birthday?
Yeah. It was my father-in-law's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back, yeah.
10/17, Lucky Libras in the house.
That's right. Good, solid, strong birthday, man.
Sharon says
2 weeks before Halloween.
Oh yeah, exactly 2 weeks. And if we got about 15 people watching right now on the live streams. If anybody wants to jump into this Zoom call, shoot me a message here on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook, or you can shoot Rich a message and we'll get you the link to join in if you didn't get it. If it should have been on the list already at stlviplist.com. And there are some people in here watching, but let's see here in Zoom. If you all have something to say or have any questions about any deals or anything you're working on, come on in, unmute your mic, be a part of the group, practice group economics, and come on in.
That's right.
Sharon Payne over here on Facebook says, Chris, you are savvy.
Heck yeah, man.
Got to make deals. You know how that go. It's called creating a deal. It may not look like a deal now or look like a deal later, but you got to create them.
Absolutely. The good ones can create a deal out of nothing, right? Not necessarily nothing, but a lot of deals, and you can probably attest to this, a lot of deals are done from that. I know a lot of the gurus preach, build rapport, build rapport, build rapport. It is so true. There's so many people out there that would take $5,000 less to do business with you because they like you, because you treated them right. You treated them with dignity, with respect. You talked about things they were interested in, whatever. It's like when I'm not kidding you, went to one of the very first houses I ever went to. I saw this big model ship up on the mantle, right? And we just started talking about model ships. I didn't know a dang thing about model ships. Not at all. But I saw the model ship and I was like, you know what? Sean Terry says I should look around and see. I'm not kidding you. I think even one of his examples was about model ships or something. Here I'm in a house. There's a model ship up on the mantle, and bing, in my mind, I'm like, I should talk about that. So I just started asking him questions about it. Like, was it a model? Did he build it? No, he bought it somewhere. I forget it. He bought it on some trip or something, but he just really liked it. Whatever. We just started talking, and they liked me. I ended up getting the deal. Well, my numbers were pretty decent, but
Wow.
we got the deal done.
Yeah, it can happen. You got to become a chameleon, be just like them, right?
Yep, absolutely. That's all in effective communication skills is emulate the person you're talking to. Now, not in emotional situations, right? Emotional situations is not good if somebody's yelling at you to start yelling back at them, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But whenever you're just dealing with people, talking with people, you emulate them. If they're using a lot of hand gestures and stuff, it's okay to kind of do that, even if that's not your comfort zone. Do it a little bit to kind of just show, it's a psychological thing. It's a nonverbal thing. Letting people know they can be comfortable. There's a lot of open up, a lot of body language you can use when doing those. I think, and that might be a reason why I do lean heavily on in-person visits, is I know I have a decent grasp on interpersonal communication and nonverbals and things like that. So when I'm on a phone, it's like, in sales training, they teach you smile when you're on the phone because the person on the other end can hear you smile, right? They can hear you smile. And you're like, oh, that's crap. But then if you actually practice it and test it, you're like, that's true. So it's something I have to work harder on, getting used to getting better at nonverbals over the phone or whatever versus in person with somebody.
Cool. And so also I just cheated. I'm trying something new. I just went and put the link to this Zoom call right at wokerealestate.com. Just go straight to the page, click it, it'll bring you right in here. I made it easy.
That's awesome.
I don't know if that'll work or not. Somebody go try it out. Go to wokerealestate.com and go to the top, click that link, and it'll bring you right into this Zoom call.
And I put the link on the Hootie's House Buyers Club page, I think.
You think so?
I pasted. I don't know if that's the register. Like the one thing for security reasons that people don't realize why it's. I mean, doggone it, it's a very low level, and like we're not mass produced. We don't have this huge multi-million-dollar extravaganza going on. It's low production, laid back, non structured real estate investment group, right? Why in the world is it like getting into? It's easier to get into Fort Knox than it is to get into this Hootie's House Buyers Club. I get it. People, and I'm saying this, I don't know if I've said this on one of our meetings before. There's a reason. I used to have it as easy as possible. Here's a link, click it, you're in. No password, no meeting code, nothing. We got hijacked one time by a slimy SOB that did some pretty crappy stuff. And from then on, I was like, forget this. I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to lock it down. And so that's why we've tried to make it hard for people to get in. Not because we don't want you, the investor, to join us. We'd love to have you join us. It's just because we want to keep the riffraff out that have no business ruining our party.
Most definitely. We have the let's see here. Look like we got a question over here on YouTube's Helping Hand says, I'm talking to a seller, owns the house free and clear, will not consider creative financing, asking for market value, does not need any major repairs. What can I offer that seller in this situation?
The name of a really good agent? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. There are those situations, right? There's one that just came up on the call right now. There's Ernesto Solano right there. Ernesto, you're on mute, buddy, but that's okay. No, but there are situations when I'm not gonna rain on the guy's parade, but there are times when the deal just isn't for us, right? And the numbers don't work, and it's too tight. And you want to make sure you got a good relationship, especially if you're asking real estate agents to help you from time to time run comps or something. If you come across a deal that they've been asking you for specific things and this is right in their wheelhouse, it's okay to hand it over to them. I mean, but I don't know, man. How about you? There's no equity in the deal. They have no interest in creative financing.
Yep. So basically, am I getting some feedback in here, or is that just me?
Maybe it's me because I'm so far away from my mic.
No, it sounds like every time I get ready to speak. I hope this is coming out clear. So Helping Hands here. So if you're dealing with a seller who owns a house free and clear, will not consider owner financing, asking for full market value, and the house doesn't need any repairs, what can I offer this seller in this situation? really you can offer them, really it's only two ways you're going to make money in this deal, in any deal. You're either going to buy it for low at a low wholesale price, as we know. If they won't take that low offer that makes sense for you or your end buyer, if you're going to wholesale it, it won't work. And if they're not open to creative finance, it will not work. Why don't they list the house? See, that's part of the automatic questioning we ask people just on an intake thing. So, they tell you all about the house. It don't need any repairs. This sounds like a nice house. Why don't you just go ahead and list it and let them tell you why they don't go list the house? Well, I don't know an agent. Well, now we know Ernesto's here, or now we know someone else in your market, depending on where you are. You want to ask those questions beforehand. That's how I do it before giving any kind of offers. Why don't you go ahead and list it? Have you thought about just renting it out? Why are they selling to begin with? What problem are you really solving for them? Because if you're not solving a problem for them, creative finance, wholesale offer, none of that stuff makes sense if you're not actually identifying, one, the problem, and two, solving that problem.
True. That's so true. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason they called you instead of an agent. And who knows, maybe they just thought, okay, you'll buy it and you're going to buy it at my high price.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I just put up a video today with me and Antoine Campbell. He says the same thing like I say. You let them know right up front. If you're trying to get a high price, I'm probably not your guy. But if you need speed and convenience, we might can make something happen here. But if you want full retail at all cash, I'm not your buyer. Just to let you know that you need to put it on the MLS or do some type of creative marketing and find that person that's love to come pay you full price and cash real quick. It's just not realistic in real life. We would lose money doing that. Don't you agree, Mr. Seller? I get them agreeing with me. They be like, yeah, you right. We would lose money buying a house at full retail for all cash. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, you right. Where we make money at? We're in the business to make money. We're not here as a non-profit charitable organization. So that's how we do it. Got anything to add to that, Ernesto?
Hey, no, that's how it would work. Unless they don't want to disclose anything, because as realtors, they're obligated to disclose everything. That'll be something I could think of why they couldn't have called a realtor. Unless they're just acting really cheap and they don't want to pay the commission.
That might be it. You're right, buddy. That might be it.
But 6%, yeah, 6%, man. I've seen some realtor do 5%, but if you can get full retail, then I don't see why you wouldn't pay the 5 or 6%. So that's kind of a different situation.
Most definitely. And to add to that, I always ask them, what are you going to do if you are not able to sell it? I want to know, what are you going to do if you can't sell? Because we want to try to make something happen.
Because they're going to pay the taxes and the insurance. So
exactly. Solving problems. Well, hello there, Amy. Welcome to the broadcast.
You're on mute there. Amy. There you go.
It's been a long day. Hi, Chris.
I'm jealous. You're out on the beach. You got the wind blowing in your hair. Everything going good.
I'm a native St. Louisian. I'm in Florida right now, but you can invest in St. Louis while living in Florida.
That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What is it that you do? Tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, okay. So I'm a business consultant. So I grow companies like traditional, and I teach, I consult, I coach, franchise different businesses. So
you do a little bit of everything, huh?
I'm a hustler.
She is a hustler.
Multiple streams of income. That's all.
That's right. Cool. So we do have.
Amy and I went to high school together.
Yes, we're in the same class. We graduated together, so it's really fun.
It is.
Okay, what was that, class of 2010?
I knew I liked you, Chris. I knew it. It was 2012.
Make you feel young.
That's a 90, man.
I know that's right.
For you, I was.
Yeah.
You got held back a couple.
I did. Yeah. Wait. That would mean you graduated even sooner than that. You mean you got held back?
Yes.
No, that would still mean you're the same age. No.
Oh my gosh. So what's going on here? I'm so excited. I want to learn.
So right now we're just taking a couple of questions. I got some more here up on a live stream here. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at the moment. Let's see. So,
I want you guys. I want to buy my grandpa's old farm back up there in St. Louis.
well, what's stopping you?
Just timing. The guy's not ready to sell.
Yeah, it happens. Part of life.
I'm not really. I got another year till my son graduates high school, and then.
Cool, cool.
Then I'll
So,
get it.
so they're asking over here, Facebook, how do you go about creating a connection between the seller and the buyer?
In what situation is like as the wholesaler? Then
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Maybe I read that wrong. Creating a connection between you and the buyer or seller.
oh, I got you. Okay, cool. I mean, I always just, I mean, I just try to be genuine. You're right. I mean, just be a genuine person. Don't try to be fake. I mean, buyers or sellers can tell that. Just be genuine, but have a genuine interest in them, right? Have a genuine interest in them, and have a genuine interest in and if it's empathy in their situation, if they're a seller and they need to sell, right? It's either a distressed situation or distressed property or whatever. Show genuine empathy about that and be real, be genuine. If you can't display that, if you can't display genuine empathy, then you're probably not going to make a connection. You're probably not. And with a seller, the connection, that's easier, right? The connection with a seller is, hey, I got this great deal. But still, you want to do things right. You don't want to be that scumbag that they don't want to deal with anymore because you made it so hard to get the deal done.
That's right.
What do you say, Chris?
Yep, you gotta just be yourself. Identify all the problems for everyone involved. Whether that buyer is looking for a certain type of a house, make sure that's the right one. Whether that seller needs to sell for whatever reason, make sure you're solving that problem for them. Because when you become a professional problem solver, the doors will open up for you, and the blessings shall pour upon your head.
That's right. That's absolutely right. What about you, Ernesto? You got to make connections all the time, man. How do you do it?
Same. It's I think it's about meeting seller. It's about staying in touch and just be straightly honest with them. About they're always gonna think their house is worth more, so you just gotta be straight honest and just give them as much information as you can. Same thing with buyer. If I'm working with a buyer, my buyers, are homeowners, so it's probably a little bit different. Most of my buyers are homeowners, so it's probably a little bit different. But same thing, it's about having a good connection, and same with all the other guys with the title company. I tend to use kind of the same title company now. Stuff like that, so they kind of they kind of know you, so they'll probably speed up some stuff or have stuff ready or stuff. So kind of the same with it's that connection. Respond to your text fast or return their phone call as soon as you can, stuff like that.
So good customer service goes a long way. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, customer service.
Ooh.
Service. That's right.
Makes sense.
Hey, real quick for you, Ernesto, got a question here in the chat line on the Zoom call. Is Demond want to know who would you can you recommend a good, or who do you think is a good home warranty company?
Home warranty company. It's see, I got two, but it's kind of. They're always gonna find a way not to do the repairs. But the ones I've tried like 3 of them, and the one I go with is a Chosa, and I can get you guys the lady's contact number. The good thing about that one is that you can choose your own repair guy. They do got to be licensed, but instead of you doing a claim and have them look for someone to send to you, it's you can just call someone in your area local, and then you pay the deductible and stuff. So at Chosa, they let you choose your own.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know about you. Chris, do you deal with home repair or home warranty companies?
I don't even believe in fixing houses. I fix people.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, unfortunately, in my end, I haven't dealt with many of them either in my business.
normally just homeowners are the one that's gonna want to get one.
I know the
Normally,
best one you can get though in real life, your savings account. If you just put a little bit of money away for that
that's
emergency
exactly.
fund, self-funded yourself, and put you about $5 grand
Yeah,
away. And I mean, what can happen
yeah,
worse than $5 grand?
yeah. And
True.
sometimes the seller, if they're nice enough, most of the time they pay for it. So it'll be like a gift, So sometimes they'll pay for it. So it wouldn't hurt to get one, but sometimes you gotta pay for it. I'm like, just think about it and look at it the other way.
Sure. Oh, that's
Do you
awesome.
guys do this too down there? Do you guys obviously build relationships with multiple handymen? Because sometimes they'll do the work, and then you can show them that they can get paid on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I'm a single mom. I've had to be creative in different things. So I always I'm like, this is my handyman, this is my AC guy, and you just stick with them.
Stick with them for life, like a mechanic, baby. My car break down, come on down.
That's right. I mean, that's great. That's a great point. Thanks, Amy. Because even when we network around and we hold these networking events, and you go to different ones, you meet different people that do different things, right? So if you get somebody who's a painter, like I think one of our actual face-to-face meetings downtown St. Louis, we had a painter guy come in. He was a painter. So the next couple of people that asked, literally, I'll get every once in a while, and I'm sure everybody here on the call gets that text message from a random colleague that says, hey, who do you have that does concrete work, or who do you use to paint, right? And it's like, well, here's the last person I just met. I don't know, and I'll be honest, I'll be up front and say, hey, I don't know how good they are, but I met this person. They seemed like they were straightforward and honest. Why don't you give them a try and tell me? No, I'm just kidding. But I'll never say, hey, use this person because I've used them 40 times when I've never used them, right? But I'll say, hey, try this person. But I don't know. That's a great advice, though, Amy. Absolutely. You probably have a whole black book full of everybody that's got their own specialty.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, because you're not, like I was telling you, your net worth is your network. So you guys are doing a great thing here. I love this.
We're trying.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is rocking. You should check out Chris's YouTube channel. He's got how many videos you have out there now, Chris?
Oh, we're only up to about 253 real estate videos, free videos to teach you everything from the rooter to the tutor about real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Hey, Robert.
And that person that was just asking about, I guess you got in already. Okay. If say anybody that did want to join in, did you use that link at wokerealestate.com to come in? Robert?
He's muted.
You're muted, Robert. Like you couldn't hear it.
No, I used it. I went from Rich's website. That's how I got in.
Oh, okay.
That's how I got in Zoom.
Because I'm trying something new. I just put it up actually on wokerealestate.com. It's a big button to say join the Zoom real estate meetup, and just click and it should bring you in. I hope, if I did it right.
I'm sure you did, brother. I'm sure you did.
I feel privileged.
No. Hey, we're privileged to have you. And we're truly a nationwide group now on the Zoom tonight.
That's right.
Our St. Louis folks here. We've got our Dallas, Texas being represented. I'm in mourning today, Robert, this week. I'm in mourning that we couldn't pull that off. And we've got our Florida represented today. So
y'all in here, huh?
How was the city of Dallas on Monday morning?
Pathetic as usual. Anytime Dallas loses, technically it's the third preseason, but the nominal fans can't understand that it's the third preseason game. They want people to win immediately. Dallas has just never been that team historically, even going 30 years back when I started following. They've just never been that team. So it all comes down to coaching. So, you got to coach your defensive backs up. The safeties they got to know that they're the last line of defense. You got to know who's got contained on the pass. So, and then running a cover 2 like they were running, cover 3, cover 4. If they stayed in the cover 4 without just one safety in the box, they probably wouldn't have got beat deep. But that's just my take on it.
Right. And it all comes back around. That's a great point. It all comes back to coaching, right? Everything we do in life comes back to coaching. You want to improve, you got to get coached. Whether you're coaching yourself by looking at videos, reading books, whatever, or getting actual professional coaches. like Miss Amy Emmy and everybody else
That's right. Get yourself a coach or you'll wind up broke.
Yeah, because reading books on your own ain't gonna get it. I found it out over 1 year being in business. If YouTube videos are not gonna get it. You got to talk to somebody. I mean, even if you pay for one program, you have to make the investment. And I credit my wife for a lot of that because I was just happy watching YouTube videos. But I mean, you have to invest it if you're gonna be a legit business, real estate business. You have to invest in yourself. Period. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean,
so that's a good thing. So you mentioned coaching and things. How do you go about finding the coach for you?
Well, it comes down to, I guess, the style that works for you. You have to find those coaches that's going to push you, not necessarily the ones that's going to baby you, because you can call your mentor all day and they can tell you to do X, Y, Z. But if you don't have a coach that's going to push you past your limits, I mean, I use the example when I coached high school football 18 years ago, and coaching defensive backs and wide receivers and sometimes the quarterback. You have to find what's going to push your kids over the edge. It's even raising your kids. You can't push them too much, but you got to push them to the brink to do something that they think they could do. Because I mean, just like for some people, the first deal came easy for them because they got it. But some of us don't get it within the first 6 months. A, because we're trying to follow too many people. That's the number one thing. Two, we're pocket watching everybody post checks online. I mean, that don't do you no good watching somebody post checks. That's great that they're making money, but is it filling your pocket? And three, you have to get serious about helping people. Yeah, everybody want the big fat check. Everybody want the 88.5 deal. That's just not reality. If you get an 88.5 deal, good for you, but that's just not the reality of it. Some people get lucky. Some you just have to take it serious. If you're gonna be in business, I don't care what business it is, gotta invest in yourself. Don't worry about making the big fat checks. I mean, eventually they'll come. Some people they come faster, some they don't. So I mean, everybody's not the same. And some people get it, and some people don't. So I mean, that's just my take on it, my opinion on it.
That's right. I can understand that. Makes sense. We do have a couple of other questions over here too, if y'all can handle them. Let me see.
And let's get one question from Chris, and then I think we got somebody on the call that wants to share something too. So go ahead, do your question. Sorry, bud.
Well, just a follow up to earlier when they were asking about that deal with no equity. Well, basically they want full retail, house needs no repairs, and they're not open to anything creative. They're saying, I guess it's no deal, just move on.
I mean, you got to get there, right? You got to be able to say that. Not, it's like, to me, that, and please correct me if I'm wrong. We got a lot of experience on this call. To me, it took a long time for me, and this is honest. I wanted to go out and see every house, right? I was talking to somebody. I mean, they were saying, hey, look, it's only worth 50 and I want 95. And I'm like, I'm out there. When can I come out and see it? Whatever. So there comes a time when you realize, look, my time's more valuable than that. Eventually, maybe much, much more valuable than that, like Chris Monroe, where I don't go see him at all. But it's the same concept to me, in that you have to realize when a deal isn't enough of a deal to go waste your time looking at it at the house on the call, right? Even all the gurus tell you, even if you are the kind of person who's going to go on appointments and go out and see houses and see them personally to buy them, right? You're going not to see their house, you're going to buy their house. You have to make that determination while you're on the call with them if it's even worth it. So, if you tell them, look, in that area I'm buying at 60,000 and you're asking for, something at 100,000, I don't think it's, we're not there. We're too far apart. And if you can't even get them to flinch a little bit on the call, whether they are flexible enough to possibly consider a lower offer, don't waste your time to go see that house. There comes a time, same thing with every quote unquote deal, where you have to realize, hey, you know what? This just may not be a deal. Let me hand this over to one of my realtor friends and at least give them the referral. That's just me.
Yeah, definitely. And I come back to, you got to make sure you've identified all of their pain points. Like you said earlier, Rich, why are you even talking to me anyway? I do buy houses, but how'd you get to me? because I ain't gonna pay you no top dollar for all cash. I mean, or I even ask any person too before we even make an offer. How do you see all this playing out, Mr. Seller? What's the deal for you? And then they tell you, oh yeah, I need full price and I want it quick and I want to move to California. Yeah, I'm probably not your guy to meet that goal. You got to find a way to disqualify them and let them come back to it. Don't just you disqualify yourself. You let them disqualify themselves, if that makes sense. Not you assuming that, oh, it's just not a deal, I'm going to run away. We don't know that because we don't know, one, the number they're asking for. Where did they come up with that number at? I want 100,000 for it. So let me ask you this. I know 100,000 sounds good, but where'd you come up with that amount? And let them tell you, well, I saw it on Zillow, or I just made that number up out of thin air. Well, I owe 100,000. We don't know. So, when you have a lot of unknowns, it's hard to identify, know if you have a deal or not, because we haven't identified all their pain points and their situations. Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, and once you find out, is it a potential deal or not? If they've got a house that's worth 100,000, they want 100,000, and comps in the area are selling for 100,000, then like Rich said, you refer to a realtor, they'll sell it for 100,000, you're done. But if they've got pain and they're just not realizing where they're at yet, they need $100,000 because that's what they need. That's how many bills they got. And so somebody has to pay them that for their house. Well, that's not going to happen, right? If the house is only worth 1,000, then you put them on follow-up. Right. And you just keep following up with them every couple of weeks, every 3 weeks, every month, whatever it is. Because eventually they're going to hear that from enough people. And they're going to realize that a $50,000 house isn't going to sell for $100,000. So follow-up is key.
So it sounds like they got a reality check.
Right. True. And sometimes it takes that.
And we'll do it.
I've got somebody in St. Anne that's in that boat with me this week. I just looked at my thing. I'm supposed to call them tomorrow morning. And they wanted $80,000 for a house that maybe we could offer 30, maybe. And it still hasn't sold yet, at least that I could see. So it's like, and that's the key too. I mean, when it comes down to it now, if somebody's owned their house for 10, 12, 20 years, whatever, maybe not a big deal. If it's somebody who, this is the hard part, right? It's somebody that they were raised in that house. Their parents bought it. They were raised in it. They raised their family in it. Now it's there. I mean, I always tell the sellers, look, I wish I could pay you for the memories you have in this house. I wish I could put a dollar point on there, right? I tell them that. I'm serious. I say, look, I honestly wish I could pay you for the memories you have here. When it comes down to it, it is just dollars and cents. It is. It's not an insult to you. I'm not, if I make this offer, it's because that's what the dollars and cents come up that it says that it's worth. But I try to put it that way to let them know, look, I understand it's got a lot of sentimental value to you, but we can't pay for sentimental value.
Most definitely. And you definitely gotta, let them know that up front. Just let them know I'm not really the one to be doing that crazy stuff. And identify that pain. Hopefully there's a way you can solve their pain and make a deal. If not, like you say, follow up, move on. Don't worry about it. But make sure you allow them to qualify. That's the most important thing. Let them disqualify themselves. Not you assume that, well, there's no deal, and you go away and I come in and I get the deal. Like, how'd you do that? Because I asked the right questions and I found out what was really going on. Because sometimes people don't.
Real quick. Oh, sorry. Chris, let me cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, KK here had a question they wanted to ask. KK, can you unmute and ask, or you wanted to talk about a deal?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, KK, what's going on, buddy?
Well, sort of what you guys were just discussing. I got a lead on a 916 square foot house. The daughter had been renting from the parents. They, I guess, kicked her out, or she found a different place to live. But the parents are 90. They have a 65-year-old son who says he wants to rehab the house and sell it for what is closer to what Zillow is saying it's worth. Now, I know it already needs about $7,000 to $10,000 in foundation work. It's never been updated, and I understand there are some holes in the floor itself. They said if they could get $100,000, they'd sell right now. Obviously, I know that. I don't know that could be done. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 916 square feet. I would say it needs a complete overhaul inside, flooring, paint, the whole works.
So what is it that you think you can do?
I straight out offered them 65, and they said the neighbor across the street already offered them 60, and they've turned it down. So
Yep.
I'm not sure where to go from there. The son.
What problem are you solving for them?
Well, I don't necessarily think they have a problem. They can obviously hold on to it for as long as the son thinks he can handle the time and paying the bills on it, I guess.
That's right. You got to identify some pain, and they ain't got no pain. They don't have no reason to be dealing with you.
Well,
No pain,
they
no
want to
gain.
get rid of it, but the son's insisting that he can get more for it and get them more money out of it.
Follow up.
If they could get 100 for it today, they'd sell. Is what
I
what the
would
owner
too.
said.
I got 3 of them myself for 100 right now. We only in them for like 20 and 30 and 40. I'll sell it for 100 too.
Yeah, see, Zillow has this one estimated at 152. It's between 130 and 166. So they split it at 152. So they're trying to get closer to that number.
Well, I mean, and this is another thing. So, like I say, a lot of this comes back to conversation. Even though this deal looks to be dead on the surface, which it may be, it's going to be something you're going to have to follow up with, 1. And 2, ask them. So you got people that's already gave you quotes on doing this work. Let them bring that pain out. Like, oh, no, I got to find contractors. Oh, no, I got to do this. Oh, no, I got to do that. See, I want them telling me all the problems that, oh, yeah, I think I got to do this. Or, if they have it situated that they can do it, great. If not, they might say, oh, I got to find a contractor, or I need to find people who do foundation work, or whatever the work is. I need to do all that. And I asked them, you really want to do all that? I mean, that seems like a lot of work. I mean, can you handle that? I let them tell me that they can do it. Oh, yeah, I got it, man. I got the money to do it, and I'm ready to go. I move out the way. If you got everything, you got all the answers, I'm moving. But if I ask you the right questions and you tell me that, oh, no, I don't know. I mean, I still need to do this and this and this, and there's some pain still there, to keep following up with them in a couple of weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks to see how's it going, just checking on you.
Right. That's the plan. I did plant that seed as far as the extra costs that they're going to have to incur, keeping it insured, keeping the lawn mowed, all the things that go, all the small things people don't consider.
But see, that's the thing, KK. You have to make them say that, not you knowing it. We know what they need to do, but I need him to come out of his mouth. Do you know what all comes with dealing with that? Oh, yeah, we got to figure it out. Let him tell me that, oh, yeah. Or you can even ask it or bring it up. So you're going to deal with the taxes, insurance, the lawn mowing, the electric bill, the gas bill, the water bill, the sewer bill, everything that goes along with it. And how long you think it's going to take to fix this all up? How much you think it's going to take to fix this all up? See, I ask those type of questions because that puts them in the right mindset where it start thinking in their mind, dang, this is a lot of work. I don't know if I really want to do all that. I want them to say that, though, not me telling them to say that it's hard. I want them to feel that pain themselves. Make sense?
Yep. Right. The owners, the lady said that she understands all that, and that's why she wants to get rid of it as soon as possible, because she doesn't think the son is going to be able to deal with all this at 65.
So why are we dealing with the son? Is he something that's going to stop the sale from going through if mama wants to sell?
That I'm not sure of. She won't give his number, but said that she'll pass on my information and reiterate what her concerns are as far as who's going to pay those bills.
Wait a minute. So you saying he's living there?
No, it's vacant.
Oh, okay. So I don't even need to talk to them people. I need to know, well, mama, you the owner of the property. If you want to sell it, I want to buy it. I ain't even talking to the son, to be honest. Me personally,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need to talk to the son.
That's what she's saying is they want 100,000 flat out. The mom and dad want 100. That's all they'll take.
And where did they come up? I mean, did you ask them where they came up with that number?
She said Zillow. Well, she said
Ernesto
Zillow.
laughing?
What's that?
So is that Ernesto laughing?
Well, it might have been me.
Oh, maybe it was
I had to bite my tongue and not laugh on the phone with the lady, but I said, I understand where your numbers are coming from, but that's where I planted the seed of all the extra small costs. It could be up to 20 grand for them to resell the house. And I don't know if they're considering that.
So that's what I was saying about you have to position yourself to ask those questions. Do you know what it takes to sell a house, Mr. Seller? Oh, I'm 95. I've done it many times. Or I have no clue. Well, let me enlighten you, Mr. Seller. Just to do it, you got these closing costs, you got these things, you got the taxes, the insurance, the holding costs, the rehab, and any kind of gotchas come up. Oh, Lord, you really messed up now. You might be 50,000 deep messing around to try to chase this money that's not there. Do you really want to go through all that? And let them tell you no. Not you tell them no. They got to tell you no, they don't want to do that.
Right. Well, she said no, but she said that the son is holding things up, but she's sticking to that 100 grand.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that it's follow up. Really, all you can do with that stuff. And like I say, if you can close mama, I don't care what son say. Mama sign off on paperwork. We buying a house unless he's on a deed or something we don't know about.
How much repair does it need?
It has not been updated. I understand there are holes in the floor, the living area floors. The basement needs about 7 to 10,000 in work.
Oh.
Foundation rather, 7 to 10,000. So
Yeah.
I said, basic rehab to do the whole house like that is going to run about 40 grand. That size of a house, new floors, paint, repairing floors, doing the foundation, the time it's going to take to sit, you're still going to have insurance costs, all the things that I know.
Yeah.
But do you understand what I'm saying about switching that position, about asking them, what do you think it's going to cost to get this done? Even though let them come out of their mouth and say, oh, it's going to cost about 20 grand for that. Okay, so we got 20 there. Okay, what do you think it'll cost for this, and this? Oh, that's another 10 grand. You add it up for them and say, well, look at it. Look like you got about $40,000-$50,000 in expenses right here. You want to put all that into this house still? And let them tell you no. So right. Important.
I said the mom says no. She'd take 100 for it, but no less. So I don't think I could do that. I mean, even if Zillow is correct at 152, I mean, the cost to resell it is just not going to be there.
Right. So I mean, it just depends on how deep you want to go into it. The mom got to be closed eventually. You got to close that gap to reality and show her real true comps if you have to. If she's focused in on it like that. Say these are this the house across the street. This is what it just sold for, and it was in worse condition than this or better condition than this or whatever. If you find something similar to sold, and you can show and prove, not just say, oh, Zillow said, well, these are real comps, and this is what we really have to base it off of. We're offering around 65. You think you can do that? Would you consider that? No, I wouldn't do that. Well, let me know if some changes. We'll catch up with you later. Move on down the street. Don't worry about it.
That's where I'm at.
And just follow up. I mean, that's all you can do, because time is only going to go on. A month from now, they might want that money.
Right.
Reality check.
Yep, I'm hoping to hear from the son, but that's where I'm at. So at least I know I'm doing this right.
Yep, stick with the mama if you can, though. The owner, we want the owner, because the son is a decision maker or assistant decision maker, but we really want the person who owned the property to sign off, because the son is just there as an influencer.
Right.
That's right.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right.
Cool. What other kind of questions you got down there, Chris?
I had some more. John Lewis says, are you closing deals with buyers from your list or buyers who submit their email on Facebook group? Let's see here. Are you closing deals with the buyers from your list or buyers who submit their email on the Facebook group? Mostly the list. I guess he's asking if you're getting real buyers from Facebook or buyers off your list you already cultivated over time.
I've done it both. I mean, there's a difference between, and maybe Keith can shed light on this as well, but I mean, where you obviously networking and meeting people, obviously you're building your buyers list that way, right? And then you get the people out there, which it's a good way to start building a list. Or if you're in an area that you've never worked in or you've done many deals and you want to update your list, you've seen it all the time. People blast out there, who's buying in 63136, and then there's 47 emails, right? Right. And then obviously you got to vet all those people. You want to reach out to them, you want to email them and find out, but at least you've got 47 more emails you can send your deal to and find out who can really buy. I don't know. But I've done that. I actually had one last year that I remember specifically was straight off of me saying, hey, who's buying in this area? And I got somebody off there that ended up being the buyer. So.
I've been finding some good buyers actually up on Craigslist, out of town buyers that buy houses sight unseen. How you love that?
Okay, awesome. Are they real quick question about Craigslist? Have they changed, do you have to pay for putting something out there now?
Well, there's a way to do it if you know how to do it. You know what I mean? You got to be a selling by owner. If you put by broker, they're going to charge you, I don't know, $5 or $10.
I thought I'd put something out there. So
we got about 8 ads running at all times on there for buying and selling. So
I used to, and it's not like their ads are expensive, but
it's cheap.
When I started posting them out there and it looked like they were wanting to charge me, I stopped.
John has another question. Let's see here. Chris, do you have more success making verbal offers or just sending over a DocuSign with your offer? I'm not putting nothing on DocuSign until I talk to them and say we agreed on a price. Because until we agree on a price and a closing date and things like that, I ain't nothing to send on DocuSign. So I always verbally, and if it may not be a solid offer like, I will pay 50,000 for this. I will ask a question. Everything I do is based on questions. So it looks like from all the things I've seen here with the amount of repairs it needs, and we're going to pay the closing costs and everything, would you consider 50,000 for that house? And allow them to say yes, no, maybe so, or hell no, whatever they're going to say. They're going to say what they're going to say, but it's a question. Would you consider taking this price? They say yes, we do the numbers. Great, so we can do this. We can close in the next 30 to 45 days or sooner. Will that work for you? They say yes. There we go. If they say, oh no, we need to close real quick. Whatever. I don't know what they're going to say. But I position myself as being a good question asker and allowing them to say what they're going to do. But I never do a DocuSign offer, never. I have done email offers, I'll say that, where we just send over email multiple offer, but never straight through DocuSign because it's kind of like a lot of work, and I don't like to work too hard.
And amend it, send it back.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to do one strike, one shot, one kill.
That's right.
Let's see here. Somebody says stay away from First American Home Warranty.
Oh, okay.
Time, good information. What up, Demetrius? Good to see you. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's what they're saying over here. And cool. All right. So I know we're getting on the 7 o'clock hour here, and I know y'all got a debate. Y'all probably trying to go watch Donald Trump versus Joe Biden.
That's right.
So any closing statements anybody want to make? Keith Winkler, what you got for us? Drop something heavy on us to close us out.
You're on mute, man.
Put me on the spot, man.
I know. He said something heavy. I ain't got nothing heavy. Just anything.
Rollins, Mr. Heavy.
He's got that planet behind him. We'll drop that on us.
Anything you want to say closing out?
I'm looking forward to the next live event.
Oh, yeah, you missed it last Friday.
I got a last minute notice on that. I wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, some
Kind of
church
my
sent
boy.
you a message last minute.
What about you, Ernesto, my favorite Illinois realtor? What do you got, Ernesto? Drop something heavy on him. Oh, he dropped out. He dropped.
Uh-oh.
That's
He
heavy
said
as you
forget
can drop
out.
right there. Drop out.
If you want me to talk, forget it. Wait, you picked the wrong button, Ernesto?
Yes, my car got connected to the Bluetooth and I couldn't take it off. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, no problem. I was saying drop something heavy on us, Ernesto, so we can wrap this thing up.
Not much to say, guys. Just keep working.
Hey, what was something interesting you in the last 7 days? What was something interesting you encountered?
Thinking about a lot. Nothing right now.
Nothing, huh? Man, nothing
Right
interesting.
now.
I got a
Maybe
seller
crazy
backing
buy
out if that
sellers?
helps. A seller just trying to back out of a deal altogether if that helps.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Okay. So something. So there's this house that I'm helping someone to sell in St. Louis. I'm just trying to put the locks on, but there's a dog, I think, and there's someone in that abandoned house living there without
Squatter.
permission.
Squatter.
What did I do?
It don't sound so abandoned no more, huh?
Someone is. The neighbors told me to call the cops, but since I'm not the owner, I didn't want to call the police.
Go over there and talk to them. Be friendly. Hey, yeah, what's going on here? You live here? And if they're
I didn't even try going. I just went inside because it was open, and I heard the dog, so I got out immediately.
Oh. Take a steak with you next time. Throw it across the room.
Yeah, that's what I.
yeah. Yep, you're gonna have to get some bravery on that one. That's beyond the scope. But if you can get a hold of the person, work something out with them where they get on up out of there without no problem, everybody's happy here. I don't know how well that'll work or not, but it all comes back to great communication skills somehow, some way.
Yeah. Well, I think this guy is homeless. The guy that's in there.
Give him $50. Say if you go away for 3 weeks, I'll give you $50 so we can close this deal up. I'm for real, shoot.
Don't come back till you see the sold sign at the top.
There was something interesting that happened last week.
Yeah, I guess so. Holy cow, man.
All right. What about you, Robert down there? You got anything you want to close us out with?
I was just gonna say this is a job. It's not. It's from personal experience. It's not a fly-by-night thing. This isn't a get-rich-quick thing. You just have to be patient. I mean, you have to get past the frustration. At least for me personally, because you want that first deal or whatever. And sometimes you have to go to JV way. If you got to JV your way till you get comfortable, then if that's the method for you, then I think that's probably the best method to start if you can find a trustworthy partner. So that's what I've decided to do, is start with a JV, and I'm seeming to find my legs for wholesale real estate. So I would just say, however you get started, just get started. That's the best advice I can give you.
That's right. Plant
That's so
that tree.
true. That's so true. I mean, there's plenty of us on this call. I've JV'd with at least a couple guys on this call in the past. Even not just being a beginner, right? I mean, even being in this, it's okay. I mean, beginners, yeah, you might. I mean, honestly, if I could give a huge piece of advice to beginners, yeah, JV your heart out so you feel comfortable doing it yourself, or you know what you're doing. But there's nothing wrong with JVing with people, even when you're experienced. They might bring something to the table that maybe helps you and strengthens your overall goal.
That makes sense. Joint venture. That's right. Anything else you want to close us out with, Rich? What's these events going on and stuff coming up?
Yeah. So October 6th, that's next Tuesday, is our traditional Hootie's House Buyers Club regular monthly meetup over Zoom. We're going to do this one still over Zoom, 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Come in for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. Come on in. It's informal. It's like this. And the next one, October 7th, the very next day, is an actual getting back to live. We're going face to face, in person. Meet up at the Hooters Maryland Heights from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Bring your mask. We're going to social distance. They're going to give us their entire enclosed patio. They're going to let us have that whole section there. They're going to make sure people don't sit near that entrance, so they're not freaking out that there might be 20 people in that back room or whatever. So, but bring your mask and feel it out. Should be a great time. It's October 7th. So that's the first. The first Wednesday of the month. So that's a Wednesday. And then October 13th, 2 weeks from tonight, we've got another one of these simulcasts with Chris Monroe of the Chris Monroe Show. Woo! At 6 p.m. Central Time, simulcast just like this in 2 weeks. So you got two virtuals and sandwiched in between is a meaty face-to-face live meeting in St. Louis.
So where do they go to get that Zoom link for the next Zoom meetup, Rich?
Yep. Next Zoom meetup, they can either join our Hootie's House Buyers Club Facebook group, and I put all the information there. But if you want to sign up to get the emails with the link and the you've been invited link and all of that, you're going to want to go to stlviplist.com. stlviplist.com. Not just for St. Louis people, it's just a link I have. So stlviplist.com, and I'll make sure you get on. You're getting the emails a day or two.
Cool. Look like we did another one, y'all. I know it was a little short. Well, it really wasn't short. It's a little bit over an hour, but like I said, y'all got to go watch y'all debate and go eat dinner and all that other stuff. Change your baby diapers. You know how y'all do stuff on these Monday nights. And
you got popcorn to make.
That's right. So I guess we'll see you back on October 6th or October 7th or October 13th. And like I said, my birthday is October 17th. So if you're thinking about giving a gift, send it on down to Chris.
Right. He likes Hooters gift cards, don't you?
Love them because we once a month. They ain't gonna go to waste.
That's right.
All right, family. Thanks for everybody coming out. All right.
Hey, thanks, bud.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Can't do without all of you. Thank you so much.
Woo, woo. Peace.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
That's how we do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share if you care. If you are listening to this on the Woke Real Estate Podcast on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any of those others, be sure to give us a 5-star rating. We need it. Help us get in the algorithm, the 5-star rating. Don't forget, we'll be live here Monday night next Monday. That's October the 5th, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, talking about a real estate case study, how I'm making $600 a month passive cash flow on this beautiful home up in Hazelwood, Missouri. We're going to break that all down next Monday. That's the 5th of October. Be there or be square. The following week, we're on with Mr. Chris Senegal out of Houston, Texas, big-time real estate developer, what to do about gentrification. Make sure you're tuned in for that. That's Monday, October the 12th. That'll be a great show as well. And we just booked a couple others for October, but I don't have the flyers up, so we'll deal with that on the next one. Other than that, if you want to be notified of any of these upcoming Monday night live streams, the Monday night ones, go ahead and text that keyword JV to 31996. That'll get you on a notification squad, and you'll get the free joint venture agreement, a free real estate document that'll help you work with other wholesalers, real estate agents, or real estate investors to partner and make that shmoney. All right. All you got to do is text JV to 31996. Don't forget to follow me on all social media outlets at Chris Monroe STL. That's Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, you name it, Periscope, everywhere you want to go, at Chris Monroe STL. This was brought to you by WokeSource.com. Get more leads than you can handle. WokeSkipTracing.com to get the phone numbers for those people you find, and then WokesRealEstate.com for the one-stop shop for everything you need, whether you're looking for contracts, cool gear, or the coaching. So make sure you're tuned in and check that out. Also, join that free book group. It's called the Woke Real Estate Investors Group on Facebook, talking about subject to, talking about lease options, talking about seller financing, talking about land trust, and oh, so much more. Make sure you are on the Facebook group. It's free, right at Woke Real Estate Creative Real Estate Facebook group. Check it out. Go ahead and be there. Send that MP3. What MP3 is that? I don't know. All right, I guess I'll find out because I have no clue. I don't have one, but cool. So hopefully you all have yourself a great evening, and I will catch you on the next one. So do what you do, be who you be, and I'll see you before you see me.
And we have and we have and we have Mr. I stay whoa, and Mr. I stay.
Today's broadcast is being brought to you by WokeSkipTracing.com. Look up phone numbers and email addresses with ease, with pricing as low as only 15 cents per match, not per search, per match. If there's no number or email address, you don't pay. Get accurate data in just minutes. WokeSkipTracing.com. That's WokeSkipTracing.com.